But you want all this pimping you can't afford. Perform like a punk, but wanna win his reward. Some suckers give you points, but bitch, you never scored. If you ain't paying pimping, then bitch, you getting ignored. Okay, I'm so sick of these.
Now, you would think in 2019, with all the game and all the knowledge that's public domain on the internet, that you can just freely look up and freely see, and everything that you see on social media, you would think that cats would have the game to not do some of the dumbest things that you could possibly do pertaining to pimping and hoeing. But I guess when somebody is just meant to be careless, they meant to be careless. When they meant to be foolish, they meant to be foolish. And it's just crazy to me, man. Some of the things that I still see cats doing in 2019, that's the greenest shit in the world. And it's even crazier when you got cats who've been in the game for years, 5, 10, 15 plus years, and they still doing the game goofiest shit in the world. And, you know, in the game, we used to say, and some people still do say, that you don't go to jail for pimping, you go to jail for mispimping. Now, that statement was true once upon a time, but in 2019, you can go to jail for pimping. There's cats sitting on the yard right now who did everything ethically right, by the book, that you could possibly do in this game. Cats who was just pimping straight accordingly. They wasn't doing anybody dirty. They wasn't forcing anybody to do anything. Everything was smooth, finesse, and they still locked up right now. They still doing years on the yard. So when you have that in mind, that it's cats that's doing everything right, still getting caught up, because that's just the way the game is right now. And, you know, some of these females, no matter how perfectly you treat them, they still feed you to the wolves for nothing. But that's a whole nother story. But cats are still doing the game goofy as shit. Now, one of the quickest ways that you're going to catch a case in this game is by sleeping in the trap room with the bitch. And it's crazy because some of y'all watching this right now is probably in the trap room with the bitch right now as we speak. The bitch just came off from a date, and you just went in the same room that she caught the date in after the date was over with, and you sitting in the room right now watching this damn video. Or you just left out the damn trap room because the bitch got a date right now, so you waiting in the car, or you waiting in the hallway, or you waiting in the lobby, or some goofy ass shit like that, and you watching this video right now. Listen, man, it ain't that serious. And see what it is, some cats actually know better than this. But you got a lot of cats that's just, I don't know if they lazy, or they be in a hurry to do something, or whatever the case may be, or if they trying to penny pinch and save $1 or $2. I don't know what it is. Listen, man, me, myself, I'd rather just be outside. You know, if I got a car, I'm going to just be out riding around campaigning until I get enough money to get my own room, or whatever the case. If I got to choose sleep in the trap room or sleep in the car, I'm going to sleep in the car. That's just me. I'm not sleeping in the same room where the bitch is catching dates. It's just asking, it's throwing rocks at the penitentiary, like we say. It's asking to get caught up. It's just foolish. And there's no need for that. There's never a situation where you have to, like, man, I ain't had no choice, man. I had to sleep in the trap room. That don't exist. Ain't no such thing as I didn't have no choice. No, you always have a choice. I'll sleep outside. I'll find somewhere outside to sleep before I sleep in the trap room. And I damn sure ain't finna do that. I ain't finna sleep in the car. I ain't finna sleep outside. But if I had to choose, I'm going to choose to do that before I sleep in the trap room, because that's just crazy. See, a lot of y'all ain't never seen them situations. You know, I've been like blessed to be close enough to see a sting go down without getting caught up in it. And that shit ain't cool, man. Them people come and they bum rush the scene, and you already know they drilling the bitch like, who's your pimp? We know you have a pimp. Woo, woo, woo. Of course, a solid bitch gonna keep it solid. She ain't gonna say nothing. She gonna put the zipper on her lip and exercise her right to remain silent. But hey man, if you sitting up late in the trap room with the bitch or bitch is, and then people come, you asked out. Now you're in a whole world of trouble that could have been easily avoided if you just wasn't sleeping in the trap room with the bitch. So that's one thing. And then another foolish thing that a lot of cats be doing, this probably just as, well, it goes along with sleeping in the trap room, but it's even crazier, is having the room in your damn name. That's crazy. You got the room in your name, this bitch catching dates in that room. In that case, you don't even have to be sleeping in the trap room with the bitch. When they see that it's a man's name, especially if it's some shit named like Tyrone or Leroy or you know, some black name, Antoine or some shit like that, you know, they see that and they like, oh yeah, we finna find out who this dude is and we gonna book him. He getting booked ASAP. It's just crazy, man. And you know, see, really what it is, man, a lot of cats don't belong in the game. See, because the whole putting the trap room in your name thing, I already know what a lot of cats is going to say. Well, the bitch didn't have no ID, man, so I had to get it in my name. Listen, man, on that track, the bitch don't need to have her ID on her. You know what I mean? It ain't no such thing as, oh, you got to get off the track because, you know, you ain't got no ID. That don't exist, man. Push that bitch on the track until her ID come in the mail or whatever the case may be. But I know a lot of cats, you know, like I said, a lot of cats ain't pimping like that. But, you know, that's just me. That's what I would do. If I'm in a situation where I got this bitch, first of all, it's dangerous even having a bitch that ain't got no ID, you know, especially if she got that youthful look about herself and she kind of like teetering on the borderline if you don't know if she grown or not. But if it's a case where you know this bitch is grown for sure, like she had ID before and she lost it, shit like that happens, you know, so you know that this is a grown bitch and she ain't got no ID. Hey man, it's a track damn near in every major city. It's a carpet damn near in every major city. A lot of places got casinos, a lot of places, well, damn, just about every place got bars and upscale hotels and all that type of shit. But send that bitch outside, man, until you can get you an ID on her or something like that. But that's just foolish, you know, because you got to weigh out the pros and cons. It's like, okay, if you get this bitch a room in your name and she trapping out of it, of course, the pros is you get some money from it, you know, but the money isn't great enough. Even if that bitch hit a $10,000 lick out of that room that you got in your name, if you get booked and you catch a case and you end up doing years or decades, whatever money she made in that room was not worth it, you know. See, that's why I say a lot of cats don't belong in the game, man, because everybody don't play chess with this shit. Before you make your first move, you got to know how that first move is going to affect the 10th move down the line. So, yeah, man, food for thought. Let that marinate on your mind one time. Freezes it. I'll holler. And as always, put some love in your body, man. You see, Freeze is almost depleted on the love. I'm about to go re-up right now. As soon as I end this video, you dig? Well, put some love in your body, man.
I say I go to sleep indigent, wake up to them Benjamins, or cause I'm beginning with some ism that's limitless. Primitive-minded niggas and bitches couldn't relate, man. I pimp for mine and it feel great. Hear yourself around if you're blessed with the spirit of pen. Hear yourself around, possessed by the spirit of pen. Hear yourself around if you know that nobody ever pimp. Damn, nobody, shit, nobody except another day in the dollar.